If your shading looks like this, dirty, messy, a bit Frankenstein, then it's not because you're lacking talent. No, it's because you're making the same three stupid mistakes almost all beginners make. Today, I'm gonna be rude to your shading so that your drawings can finally look better and a bit more professional. This video is about 3 shading mistakes that literally destroy your drawings, and by the end you will know which one shading method to actually stick to, how to stop your fat hands from destroying your paper, and how to use pencils in the right order. I'm Dimitri, a figurative artist in Amsterdam, and I am obsessed with Baroque drama. Big shadows, clear light, and zero of that dirty nonsense on paper. Just express yourself. You're so talented and you make such beautiful art. Let me be strict. Let's finally learn something and not pretend anything. So, strict professor, but the one who actually likes you. We will fix all 3 mistakes in this video, and I will give you 2 very simple exercises. One to finally understand the core shadow, and the other one to train your hand so that you can make very clean, controlled, and beautiful shading lines. And if you stay till the end and actually do these exercises, then I promise you, your next drawing will be not just beautiful, no, it will be good. Are we clear? All right, then let's start with the first mistake. And yes, you're probably making it. Okay, first things first. The first crime you commit on paper is the chaos shading. Yes, you probably already learned the hatching, the cross hatching, this little circular scribbling thing, and random smudging with a finger. And you think, oh, I'm so good, I know all the techniques, and I can use them all in one drawing. And because more is better, right? No, not right. This is how you create Frankenstein shading. And then, at the end, your drawing speaks several different languages. It's like speaking Spanglish, or in my case, Donglish. Let me show you. Look at this drawing. The lines go in this direction, then I got nervous, and the lines started going in the totally different direction, and I used cross-hatching, and then the Russian-style shading. No, it's not Russian style, it's actually Golden Age style shading. I know them all, and I use them all at once. This looks not just nervous and unprofessional, it looks just bad. The rule is simple. Learn every shading method if you want to, and then stick to the one in one drawing, and then use a different shading method in a different drawing. I prefer to use cross-hatching all the time. That's what I like, and that's what I feel comfortable with. And I stick to it. When you pick one shading method and you stick to it in one drawing, then the drawing looks, at the end, very clean and calm and very good. And I personally don't care, and nobody cares what you choose. Hatching, cross-hatching, circular scribbling, or Russian shading. Pick one, stick to it, and be good at it. And don't cheat with other shading methods in one drawing. Stick to it like it's your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Don't kiss the same object on the same piece of paper in the same drawing with a different texture. Listen, if you're deliberately not going for a Picasso effect in one drawing, then pick one shading method and stick to it. Why creating all this unnecessary chaos in a drawing? The next mistake, talking about kissing, now we're talking about touching. Your beautiful fat fingers, they're destructive. In one of my videos, I talked about our hands and that they're tools and we have to take care of them. I even gave some hand yoga here. I hope you were doing it. But in this case, our hands are not tools. They are saboteurs. And we have to use protection. You know, you're working on something and you're shading it and you're, oh, it's so beautiful. And then you're smudging it with your finger. And you drag the smudge all over the face or whatever you're drawing. This is not texture. This is grease. Your skin oils, they mix with the graphite. And when you put this fat on paper, you will have this bruise that you won't be able to erase ever. If you tell me, oh, I forgot to wash my hands before I started drawing, I don't care. Use protection. And learn from the great masters. They used stumps, by the way. So you can roll your paper towel or even toilet paper and blend your drawing with it. But do not touch the paper with your greasy, fat fingers. I want to cry every time I see it. So we make a new rule for you. No touching the drawing with your fat, oily fingers. If you care about this drawing, protect it. Please stop murdering your drawing and your transitions with your fat fingers. Third mistake, pencil order. A lot of you start with a simple H pencil or HB, and that's okay if you know how to use them. If you don't press very hard and you don't leave very deep marks on paper, then it's okay. I would usually start to make an initial drawing with B2 or B3. B2 is actually the hardest I go. And I use HB at the very end, and I will tell you why I do it. The reason I'm not starting with very hard pencils, not just because they leave very deep marks on paper, no, because it's much harder to let the soft graphite stay on a hard graphite. And if it stays, it will give you a very plastic feeling. Do you want it? I mean, if it's your intention, then go ahead. So the rule is when you do the shading, you go from soft to hard, not from hard to soft, starting with B3 and going softer, 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 softer to B8, maybe even, and then the final touch is the HB. Do not underestimate the HB at the very end. If you use it as a final touch, you will notice that your darks are becoming even darker and the transitions are suddenly smoother. Something to think about. So as you have noticed, I'm not your therapist today, I'm your strict professor. And as a strict professor, I make you do 2 exercises. Very simple. This exercise might sound very silly, but it's actually very helpful. Take a round object, a sphere, an apple, an orange, Christmas decoration, whatever, and put a ribbon on it. This is your core shadow. And the goal of this exercise is to remember that there is always the core shadow. You might say, I don't need to do this. I know this anyway. If you know it, why don't you draw it? The beginners always forget to put this darkest dark of the shadow that is on the object. So you can play with this round object, with this sphere. This band is the core shadow. Do not forget it. Okay, the next exercise is to train your hand how to shade. On a paper, of course, make several boxes, squares, and shade them with lines, not cross-hatching, just lines. And lines go different direction in each new box. Horizontal, vertical, diagonal, etc., etc. Try not to rotate your paper, but rotate your arm and wrist. This is a very good training for the wrist flexibility. I assume you're probably doing this on the table. Try putting it this way on an easel if you have one, and then shade it different directions. Also very good for the wrist. No blending, no fingering. Well, they did not sound right. No smudging it with your fingers. Yeah, so just the lines with your pencil. This is to train your hand to make very beautiful, controlled, and clean shading lines. And that's what we want. So now be honest with me. Am I right when I'm saying that you're making one of those mistakes? Don't lie. Yeah, and if you'd like more strict training that focuses on the Baroque style and the male figure and the darkness that comes from it, I mean, not from the male figure, but yeah, subscribe and let me know in a comment if it helped or not, because I really want to know. Let's go make some art, but please don't touch the paper with your greasy fingers. Watch your hands. I'm Dimitri, a figurative artist in Amsterdam, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.